Today is Wednesday, January 22nd. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. Following President Donald Trump's sweeping executive order offering full pardons, dismissals, or commutations to nearly all defendants, some January 6 defendants were reportedly not released from a D.C. jail Monday night. A White House liaison showed up at the jail late Monday and said the two brothers, Andrew and Matthew Valentine, had been released, but people gathered outside said that there were other defendants still inside. President Trump's order gave full pardons to almost everyone convicted of J6-related crimes, and what we do know is that pardoning is something the president can do via fiat. Dismissing a federal case requires a U.S. attorney to file a motion with the presiding judge, who then must grant the motion and order the defendant's release. However, if someone is in jail and still awaiting trial, their case, per the order, will be dismissed. Mary Ann Budde, the anti-Trump Episcopal Bishop of Washington, D.C., used her platform at the National Prayer Service to call on President Trump to have mercy on LGBTQ children, some of whom she said fear their lives.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives.
Budde then went on to ask for mercy for illegal immigrants, claiming that the vast majority of them are not criminals. In June of 2020, she also told ABC News, "I've given up speaking to President Trump. We need to replace President Trump." Budde, who the Post dubbed unapologetically liberal in 2011, is also a Democrat donor. She gave former President Barack Obama $250,000 for his 2012 campaign. Pro-life groups are urging President Donald Trump to pardon 21 pro-life activists, including a 76-year-old grandmother named Joan Andrews Bell, who have been imprisoned and prosecuted for their activism under the Biden administration. The activists were sentenced for violating the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act, which criminalizes obstructing access to abortion clinics. Among those mentioned is Paulette Harlow, who at 75 received a 2-year sentence for her involvement in a peaceful sit-in at an abortion clinic. The Thomas More Society, a conservative law firm, has petitioned Trump for these pardons, arguing that the Biden administration unfairly targeted these activists with severe sentences for what were otherwise minor trespassing charges. In other news, border czar Tom Homan said Tuesday that the mass deportation operation has already started. The Trump administration looks to make good on promises to tackle the border crisis and crack down against illegal immigration. The administration has promised to launch a historic mass deportation operation, and sources told Fox News that arrests were being planned on day one. Some media outlets reported Friday about an operation in Chicago, but Homan said that was reevaluated due to the leak of information. As for who will be targeted in the operation, Homan said that the priority are public safety threats, but he has said repeatedly that no one is off the table when it comes to arrests if they're in the U.S. illegally. Right out of the gate is public safety threats, those who are in the country illegally that have been convicted and arrested for serious crimes. And then a coalition of 22 state attorneys generals and cities have filed lawsuits seeking to block President Donald Trump's executive order denying citizenship to children born in the United States to illegal immigrants and other non-citizens. One of the complaints filed on January 21st at the U.S. District Court in Massachusetts alleges that Trump's January 20th order to end birthright citizenship violates the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution and Section 1401 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. The executive order states that children are excluded from automatic citizenship. It prescribes that no federal agency shall issue or recognize any document recognizing U.S. citizenship for any such child born after February 19, 2025. The White House did not respond to a request for comment on the lawsuit. And then today we celebrate the feast day of St. Vincent of Saragossa. St. Vincent was a deacon who was martyred for refusing to perform a pagan sacrifice. He was martyred under Emperor Diocletian during the persecution of the church in the early 300s. He is the patron saint of bakers, roof makers, sailors, schoolgirls, vine dressers, vintners, tile makers, and roofers. St. Vincent, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.